All right, so this first question here, right now Sophia has $50 in her savings account, so we have $50. We're going to add $15 per week. There are 52 weeks in a year, and we're going to see how much money she has after 1 year. 15 times 52, you're going to work that out. You should get $780. We're going to add the 50 to that afterwards because we have to do order of operations and multiplication first. And you're going to get $830. So that's how much money she has after the first week, or after the first year. Which set below is the domain? The domain is going to be the x coordinates of all of your function, the x coordinates. So the x coordinates of all the ordered pairs, that's the domain. The range is the y coordinates. So if we look, we see a 2 here. That's the x coordinate. That goes with the domain. We see a -1. A 0, a -1, and a 4. So where do we have -1? That's the smallest number in the domain. And then we have 2, 0, and 4. So that's going to be right here with I. What would the range of the function be? So let's look for the range. Even though they didn't ask for that, the range is the y coordinates. So in this case, that would be -3, because that's your y coordinate here, 0, 4, 5, and -2. So that would be F. So if they asked for the range, F would have been your answer. Okay, number 3. Which ordered pair is a solution here? So that's going to be where they cross. That would be this point right here. And that would be 4, 2. And the reason it's 4, 2, the reason it's C is because notice this is going up by 2's. Here's 0, here's 2, here's 4, here's 6. So this point here is 4, 2. Going down to number 4. Goats have 4 legs. Chickens have 2 legs. So we have 73 legs total, 23 animals. So let's figure it out based on the answers. Chickens have 2 legs. 14 times 2 is 28. Goats have 4 legs, so 9 times 4 is 36. Does that add up to 74 total legs? This is going to add up to, what, 64, I believe. So it's not going to be F. Chickens, 2 legs. 2 times 19 is 38. And then 4 legs for 4 goats is 16. That's obviously that's not going to be 74. 2 times 9 is 18. This would be 18 here. 4 times 14 is going to be 56. What's 18 plus 56? That is going to be 74. That's going to be your answer right there. And then number 5, which equation represents the phrase 6 more than twice a number is 2? 6 more is 6 plus. And then twice a number. So 2x is equals, and then 72. So that would be your answer there. 6 more than twice a number is 72, which would be D. Okay, let's go up to the top at number. Let's go look at number 6. We have a person that is walking slowly and then speeding up. So if we look at graph F, right now at this point right here, that tells us they've already covered a certain amount of distance. And then as they walk, the amount of distance they're covering is decreasing. That doesn't even make sense. That's really impossible. If we look at G right now, as time goes by, the distance does increase, right? The distance is increasing. But right here, it's showing that as they walk, the distance is increasing at a constant rate. So it's not going to be G. H, as time goes by, the distance they've walked is increasing. But it's increasing faster and faster. And so now, as time goes by, their distance is increasing quite quickly. Now they're sprinting. So H is going to be your answer here. Number 7. Here we have graph of a function. Shows the time it takes for Sam to get from his car to the mall door. So as time goes by, after 1 second, at 0 seconds, he is 24, I guess it would be feet from the door. At 1 second, he's a little more than 20 feet. At 4 seconds, he is 12 feet from the door. So he's getting closer and closer to the door. At 8 seconds, that's when he is at the door. So he parked 24 feet from the mall door, and after 8 seconds, he is walking in. So the distance from the mall door to his car decreased as he walked toward the mall. So which of the following describes the x-intercept? Well, the x-intercept is right there, 8. Take a second to read your options. D is your answer. And then 8, how do you write, what is 23.7 times 10 to the 4th power in standard notation? So right now it's in scientific notation. Standard notation, well, if we multiply 23.7 by a power of 10, 10 to the 4th power, 23.7 is going to get bigger. The exponent of 4 tells you how many times you're going to move your decimal. So we're going to move it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Fill in zeros. That's your answer, H. 9. What equation you get when you solve for y? We've done this a number of times. Solve for y. We are going to, if we have 2x plus 3y equals 12, we're going to move 2x to the other side. It becomes negative 2x plus 12. Then we're going to divide by 3, and you get negative 2/3 x. Divide the 12 by 3, and you get a plus 4. So that would be your equation. The answer to that is A. Number 10. We want to solve the formula for r. So right now we have c equals 2 pi r. If we solve for r, we have to get rid of the 2 pi. So we divide by 2 pi. They cancel. R equals c over 2 pi. Answer is G. Number 11. Which table of values represents the graph above? So, okay, so let's see here. What are some points that we know? Here, this ordered pair right there is 0, 2. This ordered pair up here, I believe, is 1, 4. This ordered pair right here is negative 1, 0. This one here, what's that ordered pair? We're going to go over negative 2 and down 2. And then this ordered pair down here is negative 3, negative 4. So basically you have a linear function. As the x coordinates increase by 1, the y coordinates increase by 2. Where do we see those ordered pairs? I don't see negative 3, negative 3 in this list right here, so that's not going to be an answer. I see negative 3, negative 4 here. I see negative 1, 0. I see 0, 2, and I see 1, 4. C is going to be your answer. Okay, now we have a jewelry store that marks up the price of a ring by 215%. They paid $70 for the ring. How much will we sell it for? Okay, so think of it like this. If the ring is $70 right now and we do a 100% increase, we are basically multiplying 70 with 1 plus 1. We are timesing it by 2. So we are timesing $70 by 2, even though it's a 100% increase. So it'd be $140. Okay? So $140 is it would be a 100% increase. A 200% increase would be 70 times 1 plus 2. The 2 represents a 200% increase. The 1 represents what we start with. So really that's 70 times 3, which is $210. Well, We're doing more than a 200% increase. It's going to be a 215% increase. So we need to take 70 and multiply it by 1 plus 2.15. That is a 215% increase, which would be 70 times 3.15. If you multiply that together, you should end up with $220.50. So that should be your answer. 220. I said 200. 220. So that would be I. I is your answer there. Let's go up to number 13. What's the solution here? This inequality, we're going to have negative 3p plus 4 is less than 22. To solve for p, we subtract 4 on each side. So we get 18. Then we're going to divide by negative 3. When you divide by negative 3 on each side of an inequality, the inequality sign flips. We get p is greater than negative 6. That would be your answer there. So your answer is B. 14, let's just get x by itself. So to get x by itself, we are going to add 5 to both sides. So we plus 5, x is greater than 13. So it's going to be H. Open circle at 13 right here, and we're shading everything bigger than that. If this was an or equal to sign like I'm putting in right now, that circle would be shaded in. 15. Which two numbers fall in between the square root of 80, or between which two whole numbers does the square root of 85 fall? So you could type it in, type in the square root of 85, and you're going to get 9 point something. I only know that because I know the square root of 81 is 9, and the square root of 100 is 10. So the square root of 85 is going to be 9 point something, which it's going to fall between what two whole numbers? 9 and 10. Okay, the expression that we're given here in number 16, how do we simplify that? So first I'm going to take 6 and then plus 9 because it says 3 squared. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and that's going to be 9. On bottom, 2 to the third power is 8, and then we still have a times by 3. Okay, 2 to the third power is 2 times 2 times 2, and that's 8. Must simplify the exponents first. The top and the bottom are basically separated, so I can go ahead and add the top, which is 15, and then I'll go ahead and multiply the bottom, which is 24. 15 over 24 can be reduced down. Divide each of the numerator and denominator by 3, and you get 5 over 8, which is your answer. That is H. 17, which of the following is equivalent to, I believe this is 4 to the third over 4 to the, let me see, 6th. Okay, well, on top, we will have 4 times 4 times 4. On bottom, we will have 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. And what I can do to simplify is cancel stuff out. I got 3 4s on top I can cancel out. I got 3 4s on bottom I can cancel out. So I'm left with just a 1. You have to have something on top to, if everything cancels, you have to have a place value for. So you have to have 1. And on bottom we have 4 times 4 times 4, which would be 4 to the third power. And that answer is A. Can we write number 18 in scientific notation? So this is a really big number here. So if we put in scientific notation, the exponent on the power of 10 will be positive. Well, we're going to write 4.05 because the number we put has to be between 1 and 10. And we don't have to list a bunch of zeros after 5. Times 10 to what power? So let's see here. How many times do we move my decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 10 to the 7th power. Your answer is F. 19. We have 3 3/4 cup of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar, and 1/4 a cup of oil, and a cake mix. How many cups of ingredients are there in all? Okay, so let's basically put them all into improper fractions. 3 3/4, you take 4 times 3, which is 12, plus 3, which is 15. 15 over 4 is the same thing as 3 3/4. 1 1/2, take 2 times 1, which is 2, plus 1 is 3. So it's going to be 3 over 2. Takes care of that. Plus 2/3. Takes care of that. Plus 1/4. Takes care of that. And now we're going to add all this together to find out how many cups of ingredients there are total. We need common denominators. Between 2, 3, and 4, our common denominator will be 12. So we're going to times this by 3. We're going to times this by 6 to get 12 on bottom. We're going to times this 3 by 4 to get 12 on bottom. And we're going to times this 4 by 3 to get 12 on bottom. So now we'll have from this 45 over 12 plus 18 over 12 plus, what's this going to become here? 8 over 12. And this here is plus, what is that? 3 times 1 is 3. 3 over 12. So now we just add all the numbers on the top. 45 plus 18 plus 8 plus 3. 45 and 18 is 63. 8 and 3 is 11. So that will be 74 on top. And we have 12 on bottom. And now we're going to reduce this down. I believe we can divide by 2. And we will get 37 over 6. But then they put it back into a mixed number. So how many times does 6 go into 37? Goes into it 6 times with 1 left over. Your answer is D. And that completes part 1 of this